Hey VC, welcome back. This is Mike. This is Hub Tunes. I am Mike. I'll get that right one of these days. Um, Concert review. I have been to two concerts in the last 2 weeks. One I'll get into later. I wasn't even going to mention the first one. I don't even know why I am. I went to the City Winery to see Nick Waterhouse, who's a wonderful, wonderful singer, songwriter, and this is his most recent album, Promenade Blue. Great record, really, really cool record. Kind of a 50s vibe, twang. I don't want to say twang, but kind of a 50s groove to his music. And he's a really good singer, songwriter, guitarist. This is my favorite. This is his self-titled Nick Waterhouse. Pretty cool record. I prefer this one over his new one, but they're both excellent. I wasn't even going to mention this because I went to the show. I'll just get right through it. I went to the show. It was at the City Winery. I don't know if you guys have ever been to one of these places. It's a chain. There's probably 4 or 5 of them around the country. And we have one here in Chicago. It's a pain in the ass to get to. You have to drive, and there's no parking, and it's just a pain in the ass. So I get there, and it's packed. And I go to concerts alone a lot of the time, and I went to this one alone. I really wanted to see him because I adore these two records. And I walk in, and it's basically general admission, but they have it divided into 3 levels, depending on what ticket you paid for. And then it's all table seating, and people are eating and drinking wine. And it's like one of those things where people go in groups, and I was alone, and I walk in, it's absolutely packed. And they jam people into this place. I don't know if they do it at all of the locations, but this one, it was awful. They had so many people sitting at table. You were just like this, sitting at a table and I got stuck in a chair in a corner, and the girl next to me was blasted. She was absolutely blasted, and her sugar daddy didn't even know where he was. It was awful. It was absolutely awful. I stayed for the opening band. I forget his name. He was very good. And my anxiety, I do get panic attacks every once in a while. I definitely had one. I had to get out of this place. After the opening act finished, I walked out. I didn't even see Nick Waterhouse, and I really, really wanted to see him. Luckily, tickets weren't super expensive. I think they were like $30, but I was having a massive panic attack, and I felt so uncomfortable. And this girl next to me, I'm telling you, she could barely raise the glass to her face. She was just drooling all over herself. It was awful. So I left, and I went down the street to a place called Reggie's, and I saw a punk band and drank draft beer for about 2 hours and was much, much happier. That's my concert review of Nick Waterhouse. I hope you enjoyed it. So the point of the whole video, I guess, I wasn't even going to mention that. I guess maybe it's a little VC therapy or something, but it was not a good night. Whatever. I ended up having a good time at the punk bar down the street, so it wasn't a disaster. So last night I went to see one of my favorite young artists, and her name is Adia Victoria. This is her debut album, Beyond the Bloodhounds. She is a southern blues, folky, I would say, yeah, there's a little folk to her music. Southern blues, acoustic bass, some of her stuff, she's got a full band. Great singer. She's got a wonderful, wonderful voice. This is her debut. This is the album that I really, really started getting to know her. This is called Silences. This is absolutely phenomenal. This came out in 2018, I believe. The debut was 2016. So great record. This one, I highly recommend this. I think this is the one you should probably start out with if you're going to check her out. Like I said, blues, southern blues. I think she's from South Carolina, and she's absolutely wonderful. She's funny. She had some great stories. This one is her most recent. This is Southern Gothic, also right on the tails. It's a continuation of this. This absolutely wonderful record. This actually came out last year. The vinyl just came out at the beginning of March. I did pick up the CD when it came out because I loved it so much, but then I had pre-ordered the vinyl, so got that. It was a wonderful night. We went. It was up at a place called Space in Evanston, Illinois, just off of the Northwestern campus. The great thing about this place is I can walk there in 15 minutes. It was a cold night, but it felt great, and then you can walk along the lake and get up there, and it's great. The room probably holds 200 people, maybe 250. It's got phenomenal sound. There's not a bad spot in the place. The drinks are strong. They're not super expensive. It's a great vibe. They have a wonderful restaurant right in front of the place there, right in front of the room. It's very, very tiny. One of my favorite places to see a show. Actually, Graham Nash was there a couple of weeks ago, and I missed it because he sold out in like 2 minutes. Like, I think the only people who were going there were like VIPs. I mean, you couldn't even, it was impossible to get a ticket. But great venue, great sound, great artist. She is, I don't understand why this girl isn't bigger. Adia Victoria, definitely check her out. Southern blues, great vocals. Highly, highly recommend this young lady. She is a star, absolute star. You guys, I know that was quick and weird and whatever. Bye.